You will find many Gen AI roadmap videos on YouTube, but what I want to do different in this video is show you a most practical path of becoming Gen AI engineer using my real life industry experience. I am the co-founder of AI services company called Atlic Technologies. I'm sitting in that office right now. And we have a team of Gen AI engineers who build Gen AI solutions for our clients. Previously, I worked for Bloomberg and Nvidia for more than 14 years. And I want to use all that industry experience to show you a week by week study plan along with free learning resources. This roadmap will cover both tool skills as well as core skills. It will require you to study 4 hours every day for 6 months, where you will build fundamental skills, and then after it becomes a lifelong learning process. So if you're looking for some shortcut like
learn Gen AI skills in 1 month, etc.,
then please leave this video right now, because this requires clearly a lot of hard work. Here is the roadmap PDF. The first step you need to take is find out if Gen AI engineer is a suitable career for you. We have designed a free test that will help you determine that. So if you click on this link, you will come across this test, which is common for data scientists, AI engineers, Gen AI engineers. What it is doing is basically testing your coding, math, and statistics skills and the growth mindset. So when you answer all these questions, and this test is, by the way, carefully designed, at the end, it will tell you your match. Okay, so let's say you are a 70% match for AI engineer. So Gen AI engineer is the same thing. And then you can determine based on this test result that, okay, this is a suitable career. After you have determined that, the second thing you need to do is figure out if there are enough jobs for this or not. And for that, you can go to any career portal, let's say Naukri.com, which is a career portal in India. When you search for Gen AI engineer jobs, you will find only 2,700 jobs. And you might think, okay, there are not enough jobs. Why should I learn this? Well, Gen AI engineer jobs are posted as AI engineer job as well. And when you search for AI engineer, as of this recording, I'm saying some 35,000 jobs. Okay. So you see AI engineer in bracket Gen AI. There are various career titles that employers use, such as Gen AI engineer, AI ML engineer, etc. And if you search for all these career titles in a job portal of your preference, you will get a good understanding on the number of jobs which are available. Now, once you've figured out, okay, there are enough jobs as well as the career is suitable for you, your next step will be to learn the skills. Now, don't think that, okay, you will buy some $10 LangChain course and you will become Gen AI engineer. No, that's not how it works. Gen AI engineer means a strong backend software engineering skills plus diverse set of AI skills. I will talk about all of that in a bit. But if you're already a backend software engineer, then this is a good news for you, because you have covered a lot of ground already. So here is the tool skills and core skills. The first week you will spend in learning Python. Python is the programming language for Gen AI solutions. Therefore, you need to start with these basic concepts where you are learning about variables, numbers, strings, functions, modules, exception handling, and so on. Now, if you already have some programming background, let's say you know Java programming language already, then learning this thing becomes a piece of cake for you. There are many free videos you will find on YouTube, and you can learn Python easily. So I have provided a link of my own playlist as well as Corey Schaffer's Python playlist. So if you go here, you don't need to watch the entire playlist, just watch first 16 videos, which will help you cover all these topics. There are Hindi tutorials as well. Now, in terms of core skills, you want to build a LinkedIn profile. Don't do like you are learning all the technical skills for 6 months and then you create a LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is going to be super important for your career growth. Therefore, you should start becoming active on LinkedIn. And a first step is obviously having a LinkedIn profile. We have given a checklist which will help you create that profile. So if you click on this, you will find this checklist and just follow all these guidelines. So by the time you have clicked all these checkboxes, you will have a professional looking LinkedIn profile. Then you also want to work on the Python exercises. Okay, so that's your assignment section. All the Python videos that you learned here, those 16 videos, they have the exercises. For example, for read and write files, you have this particular exercise for stocks. This is an exercise solution, by the way. You should look at the MD file and build a solution on your own, and then only look at the solution. Okay, so that way you are practicing the skills that you have learned, and then you have a solution that you can use as a reference. You can also use ChatGPT to ask you basic MCQ question. So go to ChatGPT and type in this prompt. I have provided that prompt here, by the way. Okay, so when you do this, it will ask you questions one by one. Okay, so let's say first question is on the variables, and you are saying, okay, what will be the output of this? So I will give some answer, let's say B. Okay, and it will tell me whether it's a correct answer. See, but let's say if you have given a wrong answer, so let's say here I want to give some answer which is wrong, let's say A. It will tell you why the answer is incorrect. So ChatGPT is this personal tutor which is available 24/7 to help you. So please make sure you are utilizing the power of it. And in terms of motivation, in my AI Engineer 2024 roadmap video, this bank employee from Vietnam posted this testimonial saying that he learned all the ML skills on his own by watching YouTube videos, and right now he's working as an AI engineer. So a 30-year-old guy who is working in bank, who doesn't have any computer science background, if he can become AI engineer with disciplined approach, then you can become too. All you need is a disciplined approach and a structured path. In second and third week, you will learn data structures and algorithm. Why? Because as a Gen AI engineer, you need to have these strong fundamentals which will help you build scalable and efficient Gen AI solution. Okay, so with each section I have given a rationale on why you need to learn that skill. Now in terms of topics, you don't need to go too crazy about this. Just get a basic idea on popular data structures and algorithm. And there is a playlist here. So if you go to YouTube, see, this playlist has millions of views. And actually using this playlist, this person got a job at Meta. See, she has mentioned this playlist. Actually, there are many people who got, like one guy got a job at Walmart. Then there were a few other testimonials where people got a job at big tech companies by following this playlist. Now, the good thing about this playlist is it will teach you the concept, then you will do coding, and in the end, there will be exercise. So using those exercises, you are making the concepts that you have learned more solid. Okay, there is also ChatGPT. Once again, ChatGPT is your mentor. You can use that to take MCQ test for data structures and algorithm. So here I typed in this prompt. By the way, I have provided that prompt. So if you just copy paste it into ChatGPT, it will take you your test. So after you have learned all this, now you are taking test on, let's say, big O notation. There is this question and you are giving some answer. Okay, so you will think and you will give some answer. It will tell you whether this answer is correct or not correct. Okay, so you can just use that. See, here it is saying your answer is incorrect because the correct answer is n square. So ChatGPT can take this test. You can have it ask you 50 or 100 questions, and that way you can practice these skills. In week 4, you will learn advanced Python. Why? Because when you are writing this clean and efficient code, you need to know concepts such as decorator. List comprehension helps you with writing very efficient code. Sometimes you are building this pipeline of your training and you might want to use multi-threading or multi-processing. So all these concepts will become very useful. We have the same playlist that you can use to learn these concepts, and in that you need to watch video number 17th to 27. Okay, so here just watch video 17th to 27. I have given all that information here. And for assignment, use the same playlist, because at the end of every video in that playlist I'm giving you an exercise. Make sure you are working on the solution on your own, and then only you verify your answer with my answer. In terms of core and soft skills, you should start following some prominent AI influencers on LinkedIn. And I have some suggestions. See, there are some influencers who will have agenda, but these influencers are kind of bit neutral, and they are more like an educator rather than person trying to sell something. So Yan LeCun is one of such person. He's one of the godfathers of deep learning, and when you are reading all his posts, so he will talk about latest things happening in the field of AI. For example, Llama 4 was released just yesterday, so he'll post about that. Okay, he will post about some policies, Hugging Face, a lot of useful things. Other person is Andre Karpathy. He was a chief data scientist at OpenAI. These people are the experts, okay? And by reading their tweets, you will learn a lot of things. Now, what will happen is when you are in this early phase of learning Gen AI, reading all these posts will create a lot of questions in your mind. Some of the things that they are telling, you will probably not understand. But that's okay, because that way you are getting this curiosity, you are awakening this curiosity in you, and maybe you will go to Google, read about all these terms that these people are using, and that will enhance your knowledge. I have listed few influencers here. You can find more as you become more experienced with this. You also need to increase engagement. So let's say if Andre Karpathy or let's say Yan LeCun is posting, start writing meaningful comments. Don't just say agree or insightful post. You can ask some question, or you can add your inputs after thinking through that. And that will increase your visibility in LinkedIn platform. Okay. LinkedIn is this place where you can increase your visibility. And tomorrow, if you want to get hired in some company, if you have built some meaningful connection with somebody, they will give you a referral. Sometimes if they're impressed with your work, they will actually come to you. So do not underestimate the power of LinkedIn. The company where I am sitting right now, Atlic Technologies, majority of our business is generated through LinkedIn. Okay, so it helps you if you're a businessman, if it helps you even if you're working as an employee. So just comment on it, and when you comment, other people will read, okay, and they will get this impression that okay, this person is very thoughtful. Okay, so remember that online presence is a new form of resume. You also want to build domain knowledge. Okay, so you might have seen in one of the core skills in that diagram, we have business understanding. So how do you build business understanding? Well, you build business understanding by following some case studies. So Think School is one such YouTube channel. So they have this case study on how Amul beat the competition during the time of COVID. So when you watch this case study, you are learning about business, you are learning about that particular domain, okay? And then comes Discord. So Discord is sort of like a group chat where you can post your questions. So if you look at our Core Basics Discord server, I think it has more than 48,000 members actually. Here, if you have a question, let's say you learned data structures and algorithm, or let's say you learned Python, and on Python you have a question. So now you can go here and post your question here, and there are people who will answer your questions. Okay, there is some guideline that you need to follow, which is be respectful of other person's time, and there is some mannerism that you need to follow while asking the question. For example, I am showing the sample of that mannerism, okay, through this LinkedIn post. Folks, this PDF is full of valuable resources, so make sure you're downloading this PDF from video description below. So this LinkedIn post that I want to show you here teaches you the art of asking questions. So when you're facing an error or something, don't just say, hey, I'm stuck and I am facing this error. You are showing your victim mindset. Instead of that, just say that, I'm stuck here despite trying XYZ. Can someone help me with troubleshooting? If you just say, I'm getting this error, can someone help? You're asking for spoon feeding. Here you are asking for a genuine direction, and then people will want to help you. So please make sure that before you post this Discord question, you have tried things with ChatGPT. So if you're facing any error in your Python code, copy paste that error in ChatGPT. It will most likely tell you the answer. If you don't find the answer, you can go to this Discord server, ask questions by following this particular protocol. These protocols are as important as Python or any other technical skills. In terms of assignments, same. Use ChatGPT to ask you some Python questions. You can also ask ChatGPT, okay, can you ask me to write Python code? And then you can write the code and then give that code to ChatGPT for the evaluation. For LinkedIn, you want to write at least 10 meaningful comments for the post that other people are posting. And you can follow the Gen AI engineers who are working in other companies as well, okay? And note down your key learnings from 3 case studies from Think School and share it with your friend. You also need motivation, okay? So if you need motivation, I have this particular video link where this guy from Kerala, Izam, he got 2 ML engineer job offers after his 12th. He did not even go to college. I get all these questions that, okay, we are applying in this company, we have computer science degree, we are not getting interview call. On the other hand, I find people like Izam who are getting 2 job offers after his 12th. He doesn't have any degree, he has not gone to a college, but he's focusing on a right thing, which is open source contribution. So he has given all the insights here. So watch that video and you will find some useful tips. In week 5, you will start learning relational databases and SQL. Now, I'm giving this week by week guideline as a general guideline based on your learning speed, based on your past background. This can be even week 2. Let's say if you are a software engineer, you might reach here in week 2 or you might totally skip it. So use your sense of judgment. Why you want to learn relational databases? Well, as a Gen AI engineer, you will retrieve the data that you need to train your model from relational databases. You can also retrieve it from NoSQL databases, but on many occasions, you will get it from relational databases. And for that, you need to have a knowledge on basic SQL queries such as select, where, distinct, between, all these skills you need. And the great news here is that there are many free YouTube resources where you can learn these skills in an excellent way. I have mentioned few resources along with my own video on SQL. It's a 1.5 hour video where I'm teaching this SQL skill in a very practical, most practical way, along with concept, writing queries, and also exercises. So SQL is something you will focus on in this week. In terms of assignment, once again, take help of ChatGPT. See, ChatGPT taking your test is going to be common assignment for all the weeks. You also want to send connection requests to 10 Gen AI engineers in a very professional way. So if you go to LinkedIn, search for Gen AI engineer, click on people, you will find many Gen AI engineers. You can send them a message saying that, look, I am a Gen AI aspirant. I found that you're already working there and I'm looking for your mentorship or your guidance. I hope you don't mind accepting my connection request. So at every point, you are realizing your communication skills, your interpersonal skills are going to help you. And let's say if you build a good relationship with 1 or 2 Gen AI engineers, maybe you can have a call with them, have a video call and try to get some tips. In week 6 and 7, you will learn APIs and backend development. Folks, as a Gen AI engineer, you'll be responsible for writing backend servers. So we recently had one project for our US client here in Atlic Technologies. And we built this Gen AI solution, but we had to build a backend server. And we used Fast API for that. Fast API is a very popular Python server development framework. You need to learn that. And we have given a rationale on why you need to learn it, okay? So you'll start with what exactly is API, what is REST protocol, and how you can build a backend server using Fast API. We have a free YouTube video. Again, see 150k views. You can read the comments. You will get an idea on the quality of these videos. These are very professional, high quality videos that you can follow to learn things like Fast API. Then you also want to learn Docker, because once you have built the server, you will package it up in Docker, and you want to deploy Docker containers in production system to deploy your code. Okay, so Docker fundamentals are going to help you anyway, even if you are getting a job as a software programmer. Okay, and one good thing is YouTube nowadays has this dubbing. So if you want to learn things in Hindi, English, whatever, you can dub, you can use this audio tracks, okay, in a different language. Then after learning Docker, see, in this learning path, what I'm saying is you're learning all these technical skills, and these are the learning resources. But to practice the skills that you have built, you will build this end-to-end Python project for grocery store. So there is a playlist here, and in this playlist, you are building end-to-end application where you are building UI, backend, there is a database. It's called 3-tier application development. Okay, so it's a very easy project, folks. You can learn it easily. But by finishing this project, what you are getting is this experience of building end-to-end project. And in terms of assignment, in that project, we have used Flask. Flask is another framework similar to Fast API, but Fast API is having more features. It is becoming more popular. Therefore, you should learn this, okay? And then as an assignment, try to do the same project using Fast API. In addition, I have given some extra exercises. So all the code for that project is available on GitHub, first of all. So you take that and you work on all these exercises, okay? So once you have finished these exercises, you want to check in the code to GitHub. Now, what exactly is GitHub? Well, GitHub is a tool, front end, for this version control system called Git, which you are going to learn in the next week. As a GenAI engineer, you will be working on a code base in collaboration with other GenAI engineers. So right now we have a team of GenAI engineers in Atlic, and they sometimes work on this common code base. And for collaboration, you need version control system. Okay, so you want to understand what exactly is version control system. Basic commands such as add, commit, push, merge, etc., pull request. And we have a playlist again. So you can follow my playlist, or there is this guy Corey Schaffer. He also publishes amazing YouTube videos. So you can follow any playlist and learn the fundamentals of version control system. In terms of core and soft skills, you want to learn the art of presenting things in an efficient manner. And folks, let me tell you, this one video will change your life forever. If you follow the tips which are given in this video very sincerely, this is teaching you the art of public speaking, art of presenting your ideas in a very efficient way. As a GenAI engineer, you will be presenting things against the stakeholders, okay, against your business managers. So you have to have these skills. I have seen many technical folks who only focus on technical skills. They don't focus on soft skills. In the era of AI, folks, let me tell you, the importance of soft skills has become even higher. So soft skills are becoming even more important than your technical skills. So please do not underestimate, okay? Some people will, ignore these skills and they will focus on only technical skills. It's not gonna be good. When I hire AI engineer, Gen AI engineer in my team, we have a special communication round, which is only about soft skills. And if the person fails that round, we do not hire that person. Doesn't matter how good they are technically. In terms of assignment for this week, you will create your GitHub account. And then the grocery store project. Remember that the project that you worked on in a previous section? You will check in that project to GitHub along with readme file, requirement.txt file, etc. You will also give one presentation in your college or some community event. So you are going to college and you want to present your project, or let's say you are participating in hackathon, you want to present your idea. Please make sure you are giving a presentation. I have seen some shy folks who will ask their friend to present, but you should grab every single opportunity you are getting to present in front of some small audience. You should also join a local Toastmaster club. So Toastmaster is this community. Okay, let me just show you. It's a free initiative. You don't have to pay any money. And here you can find a local club. So let's say I want to find a club in Hyderabad. Okay. And it will show you different locations where they are conducting activities. So they will help you improve your English. Okay. So they will give you some impromptu topic to talk about, and you have to talk about that topic in 2 minutes. So all these activities will build solid communication skills. And I have seen that people who attend Toastmaster clubs sincerely and who practice, they build these amazing soft skills which will set you apart from rest of the competition. In terms of motivation, I interviewed Tanul Singh, who was a mechanical engineer, and using Kaggle, he became ML engineer. He's working at Apple right now as an ML engineer. Okay, so make sure you're working on all these assignments with full sincerity, and I want to see check boxes in front of every single item. In week 9, you will learn the fundamentals of NoSQL databases. There are many organizations that use NoSQL databases such as MongoDB to store the document objects or big JSON files. And as a Gen AI engineer, you will often retrieve data from these databases such as MongoDB. So you need to have some fundamentals clear. Okay, so I have given a reasoning for why you need to learn these skills. And in terms of topics, these are the topics that you should master. Now, you don't need to go crazy and spend 2 months in learning NoSQL. Just learn the fundamentals, for which I have given some resources, and some of these are YouTube videos. In terms of core and soft skills, you need to learn the Scrum fundamentals, because companies use this Scrum methodology for project development. When I was at Bloomberg, even when in my own company at Lake, we have more than 50 people here, and they all use Scrum methodology for project development. Okay, and this training series is excellent resource for folks. Each of these videos are like 10 minutes each. It will give you a good understanding on what exactly is Scrum. There is another methodology called Kanban. Okay, so Scrum and Kanban are the methodology. The actual tools are Jira. Jira is a very popular tool, or Notion. So you can create free Jira account, and whatever project you're working on, let's say you have a group of friends in your college, or let's say group of people studying with you together. You take one project and then you divide it into different tasks. So you see, these are like different tasks which are being created, and you assign it to your friends in your group, and you do project management, you do task division. So this will help you build some strong project management skills. Now we have this data science and AI bootcamp, which can help you become Gen AI engineer. And in this, we have a lot of industry projects. In one of the projects, we have taught this, you see the scope of work and technical architecture. So when you're starting any project, even in Atlic, we start with this SOW. SOW is a statement of work where we define the scope of the project. Then we define the team which is going to work on that project, budget, etc. And then we create all these tasks in Jira. So see, here I have actually shown how these tasks are created in Jira and how companies manage these projects. So by following this bootcamp, you're not only learning technical skills, but you are getting a preview of how For example, we execute project in Atlic Technologies. And here are the assignment and motivation for this week. In week 10, you will learn Numpy, Pandas, and data visualization. These tools are essential to do data cleaning, data exploration, and so on. Now, one question you might have at week 10 is, oh, I spent this 10 weeks and I have not reached Gen AI yet. Well, these things are essential for Gen AI. Don't think Gen AI means learning LangChain or learning some fancy LLM. It is about building strong fundamentals. And as a Gen AI engineer, even in my company, people use all these tools on a day-to-day basis. Without these, you cannot become a good Gen AI engineer. Okay, so you need to have all the patience and you need to build this strong foundation. Here I have mentioned all the topics, right? NumPy, Pandas, data frames, etc. And then there is a playlist for NumPy, and for Pandas, Matplotlib and Seaborn, which these two are visualization libraries. In my bootcamp, AI bootcamp, we have a chapter which is free. Okay, so you can watch this entire chapter for free. So chapter number 4 in this math and statistics module will teach you Pandas, NumPy, and Seaborn, etc. For assignment, you can go to Hugging Face. Hugging Face is this very popular website where you can download the data sets, you can install transformer library. They have a Hugging Face hub where you will find variety of models, open source models. Okay, so if you just Google Hugging Face datasets, you will find 350,000 datasets, folks. So you should take some of these datasets and build Jupyter Notebook for exploratory data analysis. Okay, so let me show you some notebooks. So you can go to Hugging Face or even Kaggle. So when you go to kaggle.com, it has datasets, models, code. So go to code and here search exploratory data analysis and you will find all these notebooks. So for example, this is the notebook. Okay, and here you will find the code, actual code that they have used. So you can first learn using that code and later on take any data set and do exploratory data analysis on your own and then compare your solution with the solution from other people. Okay, so utilize these free platforms Hugging Face and Kaggle to practice. In week 11 and 12, you will have the most important module among all, which is math for Gen AI. And I want to show you one meme. When people want to learn Gen AI, they are mostly interested in shiny tools. Okay, I want to learn PyTorch, LangChain. And when it comes to calculus and linear algebra, look at their face. This is the kind of face that they make. But that's not good, because when you are evaluating your model, especially, you need to have strong knowledge on which evaluation metric you are going to use. Okay, so learning math will help you become great Gen AI engineer, because evaluating the model is art as well as science, and you cannot master that piece of skill unless you have strong fundamentals in math. So I have mentioned a few of the topics along with the resources that you can use. 3B 1B is an amazing YouTube channel, folks. I have mentioned some other free Khan Academy courses, etc. So just take a look along with the exercises. And in terms of soft skills, what you should do is you should start writing blogs. You can write a blog on Medium or Notion, etc. So I'm going to show you blogs from Himanshu. Himanshu is an engineering student, but he writes such an amazing blogs. Okay, so let's say he will learn about how DeepSeek works, and then he will write this blog by putting his ideas on what he learned through DeepSeek. Okay, so just look at this blog. And through that, he got internship in some US based startup. So he's in a college already and he got internship, and I think he also got a full-time opportunity. All because he was writing all these blogs. So don't think, okay, I'm writing these blogs, who is gonna read it? No. You can write these blogs and then use Twitter. I've seen that Twitter is a platform that a lot of these AI folks use. Many AI companies, founders, managers, Gen AI engineers will be on a Twitter, which is X nowadays. And you're writing a blog, then you make a tweet saying that I have explained DeepSeek R1 model, the inner workings in this blog. So that will help you build your online credibility. Let me add one more thing in week 10's assignment, which is attending AI conferences. Recently, Code Basics had this particular AI conference where more than 800 people attended this conference. And as a student, when you go and attend this conference, what will happen is you will build connections with industry professionals. So there are many Gen AI engineers. There was a person who is in Fractal Analytics. He's managing this APAC division. So he's a senior level manager. So these kind of people come, they give a talk. He's this person, Rishi. And you not only learn, but you also build connections with these folks. You also build connections with other aspiring Gen AI engineers. Maybe they will give you some tip that you are not thinking. Maybe you can build a small study group with the other people, other aspirants, Gen AI engineering aspirants. And you can do the study in a group. It's sort of like going to a gym in a group, that will keep you motivated. So all these conferences will give you a lot of confidence. It will also help you build connections. Okay. So make sure you are attending conference like this. You can also attend conferences virtually, but I suggest attending them in person because the benefit you will get by attending in person are way higher than attending it online. Now, after math, week 13 and 14, you're going to focus on statistical machine learning. Now, sometimes people argue that in the age of Gen AI, should I learn statistical machine learning? Obviously, yes. Because statistical machine learning is like driving a bike in Bangalore traffic. Compared to car, bike can help you navigate faster. Car has its own benefit. Okay, no one is denying that. But bike has its own benefit too. It is cost effective. It helps you navigate faster and so on. So there are a lot of benefits that you will see in using statistical ML. In one of our projects at Atlic, we use this hybrid classification system where a log message is coming in. First, we try to classify it with regular expression. And if we can't classify and if it doesn't have enough training samples, we do LLM. But if it has enough training samples, then we will use BERT and logistic regression, which comes under statistical ML. Okay. So we have Gen AI engineers who used statistical ML to solve that problem. And by the way, I'm going to provide a link of this particular project, which is available on YouTube for free. The project was built based on a real client project, folks. And you will get an understanding on how projects are built in the industry. Okay. So this is not some toy project where you take Kaggle data set, train one model, you get more than 95% accuracy and you just, celebrate that victory. That's not how it works in the industry. You will build custom solutions, hybrid approaches when you are working on real problems. In terms of topics, I have mentioned all these topics, okay, that you will learn. And there is a playlist which I have. Again, this playlist is very popular. It has received millions of views. In this playlist, you don't need to watch all the videos. I have mentioned exactly which videos you need to watch. See, statistical ML is important, but you don't want to become master or you don't want to become, it's okay if you become master, but you don't want to spend too much time in this. As a Gen AI engineer, you are using statistical ML, but not too much in depth. So it is okay if you have idea on at least one classification algorithm, let's say logistic regression, and at least one linear regression. Let's say for regression problem, you use linear regression. For classification, logistic regression or a naive based classifier. Okay. You don't need to learn KNN and random forest and XGBoost, not all of those things. I mean, XGBoost and Random Forest are kind of popular, but the idea here is don't spend crazy amount of time, and therefore you should focus and watch only these videos and work on the exercises. For core and soft skills, again, build community skills by attending conferences, by helping people on Discord, by building connections on LinkedIn. There are so many ways. Here are the assignments. So you will work on 2 Kaggle ML notebooks. Okay, so the same Kaggle platform that I showed earlier, you can, in addition to EDA, you can also find machine learning notebooks. So you will work on that. You will also make 2 LinkedIn posts on whatever you have learned through that exercise. So let's say you built this 2 ML notebooks where you train the model. Now write 2 LinkedIn posts by specifying what are the topics you learned. And when you write this post, again, you are increasing your visibility on LinkedIn. One more assignment here is to attend any AI conference as a volunteer. So I have seen all these smart college students, what they do is they apply in this AI conference as a volunteer, and they will literally help in arranging table or serving the food. But the benefit that you get is you are getting free entry into this conference, which is useful because you don't have money as a student, and you are also getting access to all these speakers. For example, let me show you picture of volunteers who helped us in Code Basics AI Fest. Okay, so see, this is the picture of all the volunteers. Now we had a private dinner where these volunteers were present, so they got an opportunity to interact with the experts, the panelists, the speakers, the kind of access that other people did not get. Okay, so as a volunteer, see, we had this panel discussions as well. And Tanul, by the way, is that person who became ML engineer at Apple. He's a mechanical engineer, but now he's working as a ML engineer at Apple through his Kaggle contribution and through the online credibility that he has built. By the way, you can watch all these talks on Code Basics YouTube channel. But going back to the topic, when you're volunteering in these events, you will get access, a personal touch, a personal contact for all these experts, which will not only teach you some useful things, but if you are, let's say, good as a volunteer, maybe they can refer you in the job, in their company. If there is an opening, they can refer you there as well. To summarize, volunteering has a lot of non-quantifiable benefits. It's not like you are going to a conference and next day you are getting a job call. It will take time. You have to volunteer in multiple events, build connection, and then you will see the benefit. You will spend next 2 weeks learning deep learning. Deep learning is more relevant compared to statistical machine learning when you are talking about Gen AI engineer role. And these LLMs are built using deep learning only. So if you want to use these LLMs or customize the models, fine-tune them, you need to have strong fundamentals of neural network, multi-layer perceptron, activation functions, various loss functions, optimizers, and so on. We have given some free learning resources. I have this playlist with TensorFlow. So for deep learning, you can use either TensorFlow or PyTorch. This playlist is in TensorFlow. Again, very popular. It has exercises, everything. It also has this end-to-end project where we build, we build like a React native application. And we build this entire project from scratch, end to end, including deployment, mobile application development, everything is present. So very high quality project you can follow. Now, folks, I'll tell you one reality. Compared to TensorFlow, PyTorch is becoming more popular in the industry. And for PyTorch, I have this awesome Campus X YouTube channel. Nitish Singh, amazing guy. This YouTube channel is in Hindi. So if you are an English speaking person, maybe you can watch some dub version, or if you can afford, you can go for my bootcamp as well. This bootcamp has a deep learning section, which is entirely in PyTorch. Also, some of those optimizers and those concepts which are not covered in this playlist are actually covered in this particular bootcamp. This bootcamp teaches you not only technical skills but soft skills as well. For example, in this particular project, you have this project charter meeting, which is something that stakeholders will conduct at the beginning of the project, and we are giving you a glimpse of that particular meeting and how they are using this tool called Morale to build the project charter. So by attending to these meetings, you will learn a lot of project management skills as well. And other than soft skills and tool skills, we have job application module, interview prep module. You can create a project portfolio website and so on. The other resource is this deep learning book. This is a free book, by the way. So if you are a person who likes reading the books, then go for it. After you have learned these skills, what you're going to do in assignment is take that potato plant disease classification project and maybe use tomato plant images instead of potato plant, and then deploy it to Azure instead of GCP. So in that video, I have shown GCP deployment. Now you use Azure and then create a presentation. I have given a link of a sample LinkedIn post. So this person, Aryan Sharma, participated in one of our resume project challenge, and he created this nice presentation and recorded a video. And by the way, he got a job through this because see, it got a lot of engagement, and one person was looking to hire somebody in their team, and they were impressed by Aryan's presentation. So they called him for interview and he got a job. So build a project, write a LinkedIn post along with a presentation and video. See, when a recruiter sees your video, they will get a lot of clues on your communication skills, your personality, your presentation skills, and so on. Next 2 weeks will go in natural language processing. A lot of these Gen AI problems are centered around natural language processing. And to master these skills, you need to learn things like regular expression, tokenization, stemming, all these concepts. And we have amazing YouTube playlist. Once again, it has received millions of views, and it has exercises, it has concept explanation, it has end-to-end projects. For example, in this project, we built a chatbot in Dialogflow. Dialogflow is still relevant, folks. Don't think, okay, Dialogflow is dead. It is still relevant. People use it, and we built this entire application in Dialogflow. We also have that same project, which I talked about earlier. So you can do all these projects to practice your NLP skills. Now, one thing which is very important in this assignment section is contributing to open source. Contributing to open source is easy, folks. Don't think that you need to be some kind of genius or expert. You can do something like go to some open source package, let's say Pandas, okay? And go to their issues page. So right now they have 3.6K open issues, and search for a label called good first issue. So these issues are good for people who are contributing to open source for the first time. Some of these issues are fixing documentation. This is so easy, folks, okay? So look at this issue and take help of ChatGPT. Talk to somebody who is already contributing to open source and fix the issue and give a pull request. And somebody from Pandas, person who is maintaining this repository, will accept your pull request. Now this open source contribution is going to look so good in your resume that it can even help you get interview call and you can get hired. When I receive Gen AI engineer applications for my own team, whenever we are hiring, majority of the applications do not have open source contribution. But the rare application which has open source contribution, I make sure that I am calling that person for the interview. And many interviewers have this mindset. So this is such an easy tip, by the way, folks. If you follow these tips, it's not hard, but it will increase the chance of you getting an interview call by a huge amount. Next comes the most important section that you probably were waiting for, which is Gen AI basics. You'll be like, it took me 19 weeks to go to the Gen AI basics. Folks, the effort you spent in first 18 weeks is going to be all worth, because to understand these concepts, you need to have those fundamentals. Otherwise, you can't understand how these LLMs works. Okay. So I have outlined certain topics, including vector databases, fundamentals of RAG, LangChain, and all of that. For resources, I will mention 3 important resources to learn this. So Hugging Face has this free GenAI course. You can follow that. Andre Karpathy has this amazing video on intro to large language models. Okay, so 1 hour video, you can watch that. And Code Basics channel has this GenAI crash course. You can see like in 11 months, it's got 500,000 views. So you can read the comments. You will find the quality of this YouTube video. Now, this is 3.5 hour long video. I have included 2 projects here, and these projects are using some OpenAI model. Now, you will not have probably credits for OpenAI API. I mean, if you can use OpenAI API, well and good. But if you don't have money, then you can use Grok. Okay, you use Grok and some open source models such as Llama 4. Okay, so you can still build these 2 projects, but instead of using OpenAI, just use Grok or some other latest model. Okay, in terms of assignments, you will attend more offline events. So we have this community called Indian Data Club. You can become a member. There are a lot of programs, offline activities going on. So you can attend some of these activities. Okay, you can join the Discord server, etc. Community participation is very important. In week 21 and 22, you will learn the advanced GenAI concepts. So I have mentioned all those concepts from model fine-tuning to small language agents, building agentic apps, MCP, all that cool stuff. In terms of resources, I have mentioned few YouTube videos. For example, this particular AI agent tutorial on this framework called Agno, which is very easy to use and it is becoming very popular. Then we have this Hugging Face course on agents. They are talking about small agents and some other frameworks, so you can follow that. There is some video on MCP. I'm going to add a few more links as time goes and as we build more material. So make sure if you're learning this at any point of time, make sure you are downloading the latest PDF. If you have time, you can do some additional reading. For example, this person, she has a great technology background and she writes good blogs, so you can read that. She also has a book. I have not read this book personally, but I have got some good reviews. So you can read this book if you have time. Otherwise, you can learn through these online resources such as YouTube videos and so on. For assignment, you need to participate in some Gen AI hackathon. You will find many hackathons which are happening in your city, around your city. I'm going to show you pictures of one hackathon that happened in Manipal Institute of Technology, Bangalore. Code Basics team was invited as a judge, and see, these are the pictures. Okay, these are the people who are presenting, and they built these amazing solutions in 24 hours, and they got these prizes. There was this environment of learning and hustling, and what I saw in these students is get it done mindset. Folks, you need it. Okay, learning tool is one thing, but getting it done mindset is something that is important, and you can build that skill by participating in this hackathon. See, there were teams which I think they flew from Madurai. They traveled from Madurai to Bangalore, so it was few hours of travel. So even if you have to travel and attend these events, make sure you're attending, right? If you can Google Gen AI hackathons, you will find many such hackathons. So that is your one exercise. The second exercise is keep an eye on Code Basics Resume Project Challenge. So if you go to codebasics.io, click on Resume Projects, you will find this Resume Project Challenges. So far, we were doing data analytics challenges. Now we are planning to do data science and Gen AI Resume Project Challenges as well. These are sort of like Kaggle challenges, but one thing that is different here is you will get an opportunity to practice the soft skills because you are building a project. Let me show you a LinkedIn post from this challenge winner. You are first building a project and then you're writing this LinkedIn post along with a presentation or along with the screenshot. So that will help you build some credibility online. All right. Last 2 weeks, week 23 and 24, you should just build as many projects as possible. I have given links of some useful projects so you can find them. As in when I create more projects, what I do is I have created this playlist. See, this playlist has all the projects. Okay, so it has 3 projects. I'm going to add probably 5 or 10 more projects. So you can learn from these projects, and then in many projects, I will give some exercises. So you can customize that application. You can work on a different problem statement so that you can make your own unique project out of it. It's not like you're just copying a YouTube project. And once you have finished these projects, make sure, this is extremely important, you have to build a project portfolio website. So I'm showing you a link of one such project portfolio website where this person has an introduction video. Okay, so when somebody is watching your introduction video, they are getting some clues on your personality. Okay, so let's say if I want to hire AI engineer, when I see this person talking, I immediately get some clues on his communication. Then I scroll down and I look at his project. So let's say he has worked on this particular project, where I can look at his GitHub repository, right? So if I go here, I'm going to look at his GitHub repository, what he has done. I can check his code and I get a lot of ideas on the projects that he has worked on. Some people include a live link of their Streamlit community platform. They have published their project on community Streamlit cloud, and I can play with that project. So this way you are showing your work live. Of course, there are certificates, there is LinkedIn and so on, but the most important part is this project section. And he's one of our bootcamp student. As part of the bootcamp, you can create this website for free. Okay, and with few clicks you will be able to generate this website. Finally, have ChatGPT conduct your GenAI mock interview. Here I can say, okay, ChatGPT conduct my interview, ask questions one by one, and it will ask me, so I can say generative AI is all about, I'm giving a wrong answer purposefully, and it will tell me the correct answer. Okay, neural networks play important role, but generative AI is about this. Then it is moving on to the next question. See how beautiful is this? You are conducting your mock interview. So by this time, what you have done is you have built projects, you have built project portfolio, you have built ATS compliant resume. I'm going to give you a link of ATS resume checklist. Check video description below. And you have also conducted mock interviews. So you are almost ready to apply for a job. Okay. And I hope by following this roadmap, you can fulfill your dream of becoming Gen AI engineer. And if you're already a Gen AI engineer, you can shine further by following all the tips that we discussed in this video. At the last, I want to discuss few tips for effective learning, which is spend less time in consuming. Let's say you want to learn about RAG, spend 15 minutes learning RAG and 45 minutes in digesting whatever you have learned, implementing by writing the code and sharing it with your friends. This is how you do effective learning. You don't learn effectively if you're watching 15-minute video on RAG, then you get some, clickbait thumbnail in YouTube. You watch that video, you watch fourth video, fifth video, you're watching 10 videos. And by the time you realize you have spent 5 hours, okay, and you are already distracted. You started with Gen AI RAG and now you are landing on some influencer's motivational video or some travel vlog. That's not how you learn, folks. You have to spend more time in these 3 activities. Also, in our Discord channel, we have this partner and group finder channel. So let me show you. Okay, so if you're on this Discord server, you will find partner and group finder channel where you can find your buddies for your studies. Okay, so here, see, Ankita is saying, okay, I want to learn, I want to build a team, let's build a team. So you can build this kind of teams and study together. All right, that's it, folks. I wish you all the best. If you like this video, then share it with your friends who want to build a career in Gen AI. If you have any questions, please post in the comment box below. I will try my best to answer your question.